Kyle Stuber with Signature Swine. Signature Swine is a family-owned operation that was started by my father about 40 years ago. He started farming sows. We've continued that generation of farrowing sows for about 40 years. I recently took over the operation about 10 years ago in taking care of the sows. We have 4,500 head of sows, one 3,000 sow and one 15,000 sow operation. We use the Porcine Supreme product on a 3,000 sow open pen gestation farm that roughly produces about 4,800 pigs a month. Historically speaking, PRRS has been a major issue on our farm. We see a PRRS break roughly every 18 months. So sometimes it will be every 9 months, sometimes it'll be 3 years, but our longest stretch has actually been only 3 years. So it is a very consistent issue that we've battled since early 2000s. On a typical PRRS break, our farm could see an income loss of $250,000 to $500,000 with each break. Depending on the severity of the break, the animal losses could exceed 500 sows, possibly 500 litters, always depending on the severity of the break, but decreasing the number of outbreaks would be very beneficial. I've dealt with a lot of PRRS, so I know them numbers pretty good. When you have a PRRS outbreak, you can see your abortions increase to almost 50%. A typical PRRS outbreak will probably be in the 25% range. When there is no disease challenge, you're typically going to be in the 1% to 2% abortion range. As far for us, Signature Swine using a modified live vaccine, there is still some disadvantage, as in you still need each animal to respond the exact same way, or you do not get the efficacy of the vaccine. Also, you can still run the issue of using a vaccine and not having it protect your animal against every strain of PRRS that's out there, because PRRS is constantly changing. So the ability to protect your animal with something else than a vaccine would be very beneficial, because you could get the consistency that you could not get with a vaccine. So on our farm, we use the Porcine Supreme product for a trial with 144 animals, 72 on trial and 72 in the control group. They're fed in a pen gestation environment. We top dress their feed every time they got fed. They received that from 70 days pregnant up until they farrowed. The activity level that we saw in the trial group was much higher. The abortions were much lower. The NIPS were also much lower. For those of you that need to know, a NIP is not in pregnancy, so she held on to her pregnancy versus absorbing it. We also saw much better survivability in the pig, and these animals just seemed much more well-rounded, healthy animals. If Porcine Supreme was available today in the US, I would absolutely 100% be a customer, and I would want it on my farm and every other farm around me, because of the benefits that it will do for the animal. And I personally saw it do, will make a better, well-rounded animal that, by being on my farm and other farms, will just benefit us. If we all work together to eliminate some of these PRRS challenges, we will all be more successful. I would absolutely endorse Porcine Supreme to other farmers for the benefit of their farm and my farm together as a team. It would be greatly beneficial for everybody to have this ability to prevent or slow the PRRS infections. I guess the only thing I can say is I appreciate everybody at Porcine Supreme trying to rectify an industry problem that doesn't seem to have an answer yet. That's fantastic.